समझ नहीं आ रहा अपने सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट का क्या करूं।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपी का टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
क्या? समझ में नहीं आया।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स का एसआईपी टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
अब समझा।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.
Last week was all about spectacles. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cut down the size of his convoy to 2 cars. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis rode a bike to office. Lest the target audience in the national capital missed it, Madhya Pradesh CM Mohan Yadav chose to ride the Delhi metro. CMs, union ministers, and BJP leaders were all scrambling to follow the PM's lead, allowing nothing between them and the camera, of course. Bihar CM Samnath Chaudhary outdid them all, walking from his official residence to the state secretariat, all of 300 to 400 meters. It was an ostentatious display of austerity. Why not continue it even after the camera persons are gone? If our leaders can get by without those symbols of power for a day or so, ostensibly to inspire the nation, they can surely do it every day. Who knows, the thought might have crossed PM Modi's mind during his weekend visit to the Netherlands. Former Netherlands PM Mark Rutte used to cycle to the office. When he left office in 2024, he just cycled away. During PM Modi's visit to the Netherlands in 2017, Rutte had gifted him a cycle. Modi could not use it. It's not just about his age, it's about the distance in India. And the Prime Minister of a vast and complex country like India needs large security details and other facilities, necessitating a big convoy. The display of austerity by India's VIPs last week did not dissuade the opposition from criticizing the 3 rupees per litre hike in petrol and diesel prices and 2 rupees in CNG. The BJP's response to the Congress criticism is rather befuddling, if not amusing. Look at the party's long Twitter or X thread on the 13th of May. In trying to attack the previous Manmohan Singh government, the BJP's X posts ended up placing the Modi government in the same bracket in terms of their responses to the economic challenges. One of the BJP's posts on X read, and I quote, "Congress attacking PM Modi on gold policy is peak hypocrisy." In 2013, after years of UPA economic mismanagement weakened the rupee and pushed the economy into crisis, then Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram literally urged Indians to reduce appetite for gold, unquote. You may want to read it again. I'll read it to you again. In 2013, after years of UPA economic mismanagement weakened the rupee and pushed the economy into crisis. That's what the BJP is saying in its Twitter post. So the ruling party is saying that the rupee weakened because of economic mismanagement. In 2013, the US dollar rupee exchange rate hit a record low in August when it breached the 68 mark briefly. Today, as I am talking about this, the rupee is almost touching 96 per dollar, having breached this mark, that 96 mark, for the first time last Friday. In July 2013, when the rupee had crossed the 60 mark, then Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi had drawn a parallel between a falling rupee and the then government's credibility. And I quote him here. During independence, the value of a rupee was equivalent to a dollar. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when Atalji left office, it was 44 rupees to a dollar. Since our economist prime minister has taken charge, the rupee has sunk to 60 rupees a dollar, to 60 a dollar. There seems to be a competition between the rupee and our government in Delhi, unquote. That was then Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi in 2013. In the run-up to the 2014 parliamentary elections, the BJP prime ministerial candidate kept making jibes at the Manmohan Singh government for the falling rupee. Given that the rupee has now fallen to a historic low under the Modi government, it's really strange that the BJP has chosen to link the exchange rate with economic mismanagement. The party's ex-post further read, and I quote the party's post here, the UPA officially pushed compression of gold imports and other non-essential imports because of the economic mess they had created. Unquote. I mean, really? The Modi government is doing the same thing today. Is it because of the economic mess it has created? Is the BJP defending or castigating its government at the center? Read another Twitter post by the BJP on the same day. It was a long thread. And I quote here, in August 2013, the then PM Dr. Manmohan Singh publicly appealed to Indians. We need to reduce our appetite for gold. We also need to economize the use of petroleum products. That was, the post was quoting Manmohan Singh, and then it goes further. This was not symbolic rhetoric. The UPA government simultaneously raised gold import duties, restricted bullion imports, increased diesel prices, and pushed fuel conservation messaging because India's forex reserves were under severe pressure. Unquote. What is the BJP trying to do here? In 2013-14, the then Gujarat CM had built his prime ministerial campaign to a great degree on the then Manmohan Singh government's policy paralysis and economic mismanagement. It's bizarre that the BJP now suggests that the Modi government is doing the same as the Manmohan Singh government did in 2013. Now that the ruling party itself is comparing the two governments, let's also look at how they reacted to international crude oil price hikes. As per an analysis done by the Indian Express, when the crude oil price was $113.5 per barrel in 2011-12, the price of petrol per litre in Delhi was 64.4 rupees per litre. In 2012-13, when the crude oil price was $108.1 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 68.1 rupees per litre. And in 2013-14, when the crude oil price was $105.5 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 70.3 rupees. Now let's look at the crude oil prices in the last 3 years of the Modi governments. In 23-24, when the crude oil price was $82.5 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 96.7 rupees per litre. Next year, that 24-25, when the crude oil price was $78.6 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 94.8 rupees per litre. And in 25-26, when the crude oil price was $71.7 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 94.8 rupees per litre. In a nutshell, compared to the Manmohan Singh government, the Modi government was buying crude oil at a much lower price until now. But the consumers in India were paying much more than they paid during the previous regime. In 2014-15, when the Congress-led government was buying crude oil at $84.1 per barrel, the petrol price in Delhi was 66.6 per litre. In 2020-21, when the Modi government was buying crude oil at $44.6 per barrel, almost half of what the previous government paid 6 years earlier, people in Delhi were buying petrol at 80.9 rupees per litre. That is 14 rupees more than what they were paying 6 years back. Of course, the crude oil has touched $107 per barrel today. It's nobody's case that a state-run oil marketing companies, OMCs, should be running in losses to keep the prices low for consumers. But the prices should not be a matter of political convenience and expediency. Because the ruling BJP had big stakes in the last round of assembly elections, the oil prices had to be kept low despite the crude price surge. The government chose to offset the OMC's losses by reducing excise duty on petrol and diesel by 10 rupees per litre. Once the elections were over, the retail prices had to be increased. There came PM Modi's austerity push, followed by a 3 rupees per litre hike in petrol and diesel prices. It's too little. It's estimated to yield barely 150 crore a day to the OMCs, which the government says are running a loss of 1,000 crore rupees a day from petrol, diesel and LPG. The Manmohan Singh government had deregulated petrol pricing in 2010 and the Modi government deregulated diesel prices in 2014, essentially letting the market determine their prices on a dynamic basis. Electoral considerations have stalled its implementation in practice. Now that the BJP is seeking to justify PM Modi's austerity call today by citing Manmohan Singh's policy measures in 2013, it's worthwhile to remember how the UPA government has shown a greater political will and allowed the marketing companies to increase petrol prices by 10 rupees per litre in 2012. The OMCs have all the more reasons today to go for a stiff retail price hike, but the government is ostensibly hesitant. PM Modi's diffidence in taking tough decisions is inexplicable. After a slight setback in 24 Lok Sabha election, the people have repeatedly reposed faith in the BJP in assembly elections. Haryana, Maharashtra, Delhi, Bihar, Assam and West Bengal, you have seen it all. It's a decisive Modi that they all vote for. They had stood by him and his party even after the disastrous demonetization move. He had asked the people to give him just 50 days and bear the hardships caused by this move. They bore all the pain and went on to give a decisive mandate to his party 3 months later in UP and Uttarakhand. So if PM Modi were to tell them that fuel price hike, say by 10 rupees or 15 rupees per litre, is essential due to the crude price surge amid the West Asia crisis, the people won't mind. It will pinch them, but they won't mind. But the BJP needs to be honest with them. If they ask why they did not get any price relief when crude prices were very low all these years, the ruling party can tell them that the free food grains and direct cash transfers that they get and vote for were funded by the same oil money. The middle class may not be very happy with this answer, but who cares? They have nowhere else to go. Talking about honesty, the BJP adopting the same yardstick to judge both the Manmohan Singh and the Modi governments, that's economic mismanagement behind falling rupee, is quite a bold start. Next, it should tell the people what economists have to say, that a currency is not a flag and the exchange rate is not about national pride. As Rajeshwari Sen Gupta and Bhargavi Javeri Shah argued in an article in ThePrint on Monday, the rupee's decline is part of the solution, not the problem. If that means eating the words spoken in 2013, so be it. People may appreciate honesty. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.